How do you come out of guilty feeling? At a one point of time, we would have all have undergone this particular phase, or many people are still living in it. There's one nice comment I asked in the YouTube, like, what are the topics you would like to hear from it, and I'm really overwhelmed to see that around some 90 plus requests is there. I don't know whether I have an answer for it, but everything looks to be interesting, and I really want to dig deeper inside me to find out the answer. Let's figure it out. One of the first thing I want to start in that series is how how do we come out of guilty feeling. So before we understand what exactly it is, then we will first look into where it comes from and what happens to us in this, and then we will go to the root cause, and then we'll figure out, is there a way out of it. So guilty conscious, if you take it, when you undergo something and you have done something wrong and somebody points a mistake at you and they say that this is a punishment, this is something that becomes a punishment. Whereas guilty conscious is actually a divine sign. There is a soul inside you which is always it follows the ethical values, and it is always true to itself. So at some point it'll always guide you. There is an inner person inside you, like a mentor or a guru. That's what we call as an inner guru. This will always guide you. So what happens is, when you do something, it will always make sure that you are doing it in the right way. In case you do it in a wrong way, it will try to alert you, and it will tell you that, hey, you have done it wrong, you have to apologize, or you will have to learn the lessons out of it. So when you punish yourself, is called as guilty. And what happens is, in guilty, if you take it, you can broadly put it into 2 or 3 buckets here. So number 1 is, you go back to the past, you have done something and you feel guilty about it, and you really don't know what to do with that feeling. You're still living now some incident which happened in your childhood. The second one is where you didn't do anything about it. The first one, you did something, you feel bad about it now. Second one is, you did not act. There was some kind of responsibility or some kind of response needed from you, but you never reacted to it. So because you did not react at that point of time, you feel bad about it still now, and you will continue to live. That is the secondary category. The third one is, you could have done better. This is the most dangerous thing. The first 2 has a meaning. The second one is like a poison. It's like a cancer inside you. So what it does is, like, I could have done better. You would have done something. Now you would have feel, I could have done better. Or you didn't do anything. Oh, I should have done something better. It's like you have done that is not enough. Particularly parents will follow under this particular category. No matter whatever they do for their children, no matter how good their children are, still they will always be in guilty conscious. They will always say that I should have done, I could do better, I always feel guilty, I am not giving enough things to them. So that is what they always use that, and they do it. So what happens is that guilty conscious is actually a positive thing. If you know how to use this particular emotion, it works miracles in life. Because your inner guru, that is whoever is there inside you, the soul which is guiding you, it has a moral compass. It will always try to alert you and warn you. Okay, at some time in the past, you might have either got through ego or through anger or any other negative emotion, you didn't listen to it. And after that, now you are thinking, why I didn't listen to it. For example, you're walking in the road and suddenly you had to hit some person by mistake. Then immediately your inner soul will come out and say, I'm sorry. It's very spontaneous. Nobody says, I'm going to hit him. There are some people who are really, naturally they are stupid. They will say, their ego would come out immediately. They'll say, no, I didn't do anything. You only hit me. Though you know that you have done it, your ego is talking there. But otherwise, after that, when you go at some point of time, you will realize, you will think that it was my mistake, I didn't tell it. So that is a logical thing. Okay. Now here is a trick of the mind. So the guilty conscious is nothing but your own prison. You build a prison around it and you keep living into it. It is kind of a negative pleasure. I'm using the word pleasure here. It's kind of negative pleasure. Our mind loves to live in that. And it never wants to come to the reality. So that is the main problem we all are undergoing. So at one point, at every point of time, like even from childhood till now, there are some things which you have never told anyone. There is like deepest thing you have it in you, and you feel guilty about it. What you do is, over time you keep suppressing it, you keep into it, you feel that guilty. Finally it becomes a modified impression of you which you are today. The problem here is, something happened around 10 years back or 25 years back or last week. You are not that person anymore. And nobody has any kind of miraculous power, or there is no mantra, yantra, tantra here to go back and change the past. So you living right now in this moment thinking about that particular thing, you are wasting your time, this valuable thing which you are there in your hand, plus you are also wasting your time in future. This time can be used in a productive way, and you can build a better character. All the incident that happened in the past is a lesson for you. So that is why you will have to remember that what you learned from it, what you couldn't perform that time, what you had performed, there is a lesson to it. That is what you have to learn it, and then remember that, so that in current life, in this present moment or in future, do not try to repeat it. So that is what the guilty is teaching you. Don't waste time thinking about it in a repeated pattern. The second part is, think about how mind works. Mind usually works like a channel. It's like a monkey. Think like you give a regulator to a monkey in a fan, it will keep on rotating it at different speed. So think like there are 5 divisions of the mind, and it works in autopilot. The monkey will keep on rotating it. It will never be idle until you take control of the monkey by lowering your sense, lowering your breath, you bring the inner calmness. No, it will not work out. So what happens is, this autopilot mode, one mode is always will work in the past. It will always go back to the past memory, mostly negative or any pleasant memories, and it will live in it. How I was like this, I was great. And the second one is, it will always look for proof. Even right now when I'm talking to you, your mind is trying to get the proof. Yeah, I read this somewhere in the book. I saw this channel in YouTube. That guy also was talking about it. Oh, maybe did Velu try to copy that from that place, or did he read that book? So your mind will constantly keep looking for proof that is actually a mind's playing game with you. Okay. The third one is more like you are thinking. It's like an hallucination. You know something is wrong, or best example is, you think somebody is thinking about someone in your own way. That is, for example, I think a person Suresh is thinking about Kumar in certain way. We really don't know what Suresh is, we really don't know what Kumar's mind is, and we really can't understand what the other guy thinks about the other guy. We try to assume certain things in our mind, and we feel happy about that. We live in that fantasy. Yeah, that's nice, he's trying to do like that. We're getting judgmental with our limited thought process. Okay. The other state is like you are in deep sleep, you are totally unconscious, and dream creates another, it will take you to a different kind of world where you live in. So this guilty usually comes in that hallucination part, where you assume, you really don't know what exactly happened. Maybe that time you had, but the memory is kind of a dangerous tool. What it does is, it modifies over time. Maybe in your childhood, in your impression, you might think you have been wearing a green shirt and that particular incident, but right now if you look at it, if you really have a picture, you will be shocked to know that you are actually in a different dress. So the memory can distort, so don't rely on it, and it's very dangerous. So there is no point thinking about those things in the past. Nothing can change, nobody has ever changed the past. The best thing is to come out of it, is try to live in this present moment. Don't dwell on it, don't create a cage, because guilt is the most dangerous emotion, and it's most powerful if you use it in a right way. And it is your own prison, or it can build a castle around you, and it can help you grow in your life if you nourish that inner compass. They did a survey with all the guilty conscious people, scientists, and they found out that most trustworthy people in the world are the people who feel guilty about things, because they always make sure, I've done something wrong, so I have to make sure. But don't make it as a habit, because your moral compass will never allow it. So don't make it as an addiction and confuse your moral compass. That is what I want to try to communicate here. So one example I can tell you is, for example, there was a guy who was he's a modern guy, and he's a businessman established in his life. At some point of time, he went and met his grandfather, who's in a deathbed. And instead of giving him a lot of other things of his ancestry things, he gave him a small box which contained some kind of a wooden toy in it, and he said, I made it for you. Last 5 years I was working on it, and maybe you will have it. It's my gift to you before I die. Then he died, and this guy felt like, what is this childish thing? What would I do with this box? And it's not even looking good for my status or something. He is very affectionate to his grandfather. He loves him a lot. He respects him, but somewhat he was feeling bad to keep that in his display. So he was in an inner battle, and he was feeling guilty. Should I respect him and keep it? But I don't like it. But if I keep it, somehow I feel I'm doing something dishonest about myself. So he is in kind of a dilemma. So then he happened to meet one of the friend, and he said, this is what I feel. I don't know what to do with this box. If I keep it, I feel bad. I don't like it. but if I don't keep, I feel guilty because of my grandfather's wish it was. Then that guy told him, maybe you can give this to someone who values this. Maybe you don't like it, great, but your grandfather wanted this to be respected, right? So why can't you give it to someone who actually nourishes the value of this box? So then he put a garage sale, and many people came, and finally one guy came. He's an antique collector, and he saw that and he valued it so much. Then finally he took it and he said, yeah, I will take it. And he kept it in a very precious place in his one of the museums. So sometimes this guilty conscious, if you are patient over time, it will give you not only the right lesson, it will also show you something new in life. Then this guy realized what is the value of these things and how these can be seen from a different point of view. So every incident and situation cannot be always from one point of angle. That time you had a camera, you recorded it. There might be an alternative angle which you have missed to see it. So don't go and relive on it and waste your time. Over time you will get answers to it. Allow time to heal around it. And guilt always comes with an additional compliments, with additional depression or loneliness. So many things it will bring, but don't allow the door. But guilt is like a double-edged sword. If you use it in a right way, it will work for you. I'll tell you another small story where it works in a right way. So you might have seen this movie Terminal. I would highly recommend you all to watch it. I'll tell you in 2 lines what is the story about it. It's like one guy from a foreign land comes to US, and when he lands in US, and immediately his country undergoes a cold war, and the US government declares that country is no more, or that his citizenship is invalid. So he is not allowed to even go back, neither he can't come out of the airport. He's stuck in the airport. At that time, the airport authority, one of the guy who's in charge for the airport, he somehow doesn't like this guy. He always wanted to put him in trouble or send him back, not to make him step into the soil. Then this guy who was suffering in the airport, he lived there for few months in the airport only. He made friends with the people. At that time, with one of the one girlfriend he met, and he would say that why he has come to US. He will say that his father died few months back, and he showed a picture in a small can which has some 60 artists in a very famous jazz group. And he said, my father collected all the 59 people's autograph, and that one person he didn't collect, and he died. So I've come all the way till New York just to see that person who is alive, to get his autograph and put it in the can, so that my job as a son to my father is fulfilled. There is a small guilty he had. That is why he took this much pain and he stayed there. Then the movie is like, it's a very nice comedy and a lot of other things, drama. So finally a time will come where he will go out. Many of his friends who were in the airport sacrificed their job and so many things. They went out of their way to make him achieve that goal. And finally he will go one day, he will get a break, and he will be allowed to go out with permission, and he will go and meet that last musician, and he will get his autograph and put it in a can with fulfillment in his eyes. So this is the positive side of the guilty story. The earlier one was the negative, and it converted into positive. So don't live in the past, and your mind will always try to go back and find one incident from your childhood where you felt guilty. There are so many things. Nobody has a perfect childhood, and nobody has did everything in a right way. Everybody is made of mistakes, and no one is an exception here. That is why we are taken birth as a human being, to learn the lessons and not to repeat those mistakes, so that we don't enter into a pattern of birth and death cycle. So I hope this would give clarity about guilty conscience. I hope you come out of it. If at all this is not helping you in this video, do try to reach me. I will definitely work, and we can see in what other ways we can work. So coming to the remedy part, this is using a present mind, knowing that mind is playing a game. Other alternative ways, you engage yourself into a lot of mantra chantings. Mantras work miracle with guilty conscience or any depression or negative emotions. Gayatri mantra is one thing. There are very specific guilty removal mantras are available. Depending on the situation, you can use it, but otherwise general chanting should be great. Engage yourself into any positive actions. Whenever you feel that thought is coming, remember yourself, okay, my mind is trying to play, it's just inserted a memory card, it is going back and playing in its own version. Mind is getting into that monkey mode. That you can remind. In case you forget, or if you get any other conscious, immediately move to any other activity. Engage yourself in positive things or activities, service or anything. Slowly over time the healing will happen, and your mind would start believing that is no more needed. At some time you will be convinced that it is just a lesson That's what I have to learn. The lesson I've learned it so that I will not repeat this again in my life. I hope this helps you, and do leave your comments and what kind of guilty feeling you all have and what made you come out and how many people are not coming. I think we all have to get together to get this out, because this is like a poison. If you don't use it properly, it is going to kill you. It's going to put you in your prison and lifelong you'll be drained. So let's work on it, and then we'll talk about other spiritual progress and other details. That's all I have. I hope this inspires you, and I'll meet you in another interesting video. Bye.